I so very badly want to find a way to put my ring light so I can wear my glasses, because look at me, I got fun glasses. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but they are pink and kind of angular, I guess you could say, and I permed my hair, so I am, you know, having a vibe over here. But every time I put up my ring light, I get cyborg eyes, so yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna work. I might just have to take off the fun glasses. If I just look down like that the entire video, you don't see the reflection. I'm just gonna do my whole review like, hello folks. Turns out I have multiple lights. I forgot I had this one. See, look at how much more fun it is when you have lighting in different angles instead of just, this looks spooky. That looks boring. Spooky. But I think we're gonna have to stick with boring. Hello, my name is Elise, and I don't usually dedicate entire videos to just one book review, but I read a book and it was very good, so here's an entire book review on why it was fantastic. So I recently read Counting Down With You by Tashie Bhuiyan, and it's a genre I usually read. It's a YA contemporary romance, which is something I am very familiar with, but as someone who reads many young adult contemporary romances, they all just end up kind of being the same, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I enjoy that genre very much, that's why I read so much of it, but Counting Down With You ended up being so much more than I was expecting, so yeah, that's why we're here today with a whole video on why you should read it. So we don't usually dedicate entire videos to just one review because I feel like my writing skills are a lot stronger than my speaking skills, so I save BookTube for my very tiny summaries of books, but you know, we're here anyways. But I'm just gonna start off this video real quick with the short review I wrote for Counting Down With You because I feel like it summed up my thoughts pretty well. And again, when I do reviews out loud, spoken, I just forget to say things, which is why I don't usually do them. So let me just get this out of the way so I don't forget things. I said, how on earth, and earth is in capital letters, how on earth did this book make me want a relationship so bad, with multiple question marks? I am so skeptical of the bad boy trope all the time, but I just loved Ace so much. This was a fun, endearing story that I'd recommend to any lover of YA contemporary fiction. I'm embarrassed at the amount of times I squealed like a preteen at a Justin Bieber concert in 2012. Couldn't help it though. There were just too many sugary, adorable scenes that could break even a cynic like me. In capital letters, I want more. So if you haven't heard of Counting Down With You, or if you kind of heard of it and you don't know what it's about a girl named Karina. She's in high school and she has pretty strict parents, but they are going on a trip to Bangladesh, so that means she is free from the supervision of her parents. So Karina is a super studious, kind of anxious person, and her English teacher asks her to tutor a boy in their English class, and his name is Ace. Ace is the bad boy of the school, you know, total stereotype, you know, standoffish, bad boy, doesn't do his homework kind of guy. And this is totally the opposite of what Karina is used to because she's super studious, and this is just off the bat a wild combination. So it's kind of like a enemies to lovers at first, and then there's some fake dating going on, and it's just a lot. There's a lot of tropes you'd be familiar with if you read YA, but there's a lot of unique twists that Tashie Bhuiyan adds to it that just makes this book so fun and adorable. So if you already know that you like tropes such as the bad boy meets the studious good girl, or fake dating, or enemies to lovers, then you're set. Pick this up. You'll love it. You know what to expect and you'll enjoy it, I promise. If you need a bit more convincing like I did, I got you. None of those tropes are things that I usually enjoy, and honestly, I never really pick up books if I know that they have those elements in them, especially the whole bad boy thing. It's not really my thing. You really got to convince me it's going to be a good book if you're marketing it as a bad boy meets the good girl kind of thing, because yeah, not a big fan of that. But I will just say, you'll fall in love with Ace, who is the bad boy, because you know what, he ends up being really wonderful. And I know a lot of bad boy tropes end up being like that, where he's a bad boy, but deep down he's soft inside. It's like that, but it's just really cute, okay? This is an example of a trope that is very well executed, because the thing about tropes is you know what they are, you know the general idea of what is supposed to happen, but it's up to the author to execute that in a way that comes out as unique and enjoyable, and Tashie did a fantastic job with that. I don't really know how to convince people otherwise that this is unique besides just saying go read it, but Ace is seriously a sweetheart, and I really loved Ace's personality in juxtaposition with Karina's, because Karina was someone I could really relate to. She is very studious and wants to please her parents, even if that means she's a little upset with her parents in the way that they're parenting her and all their rules. And she's also very anxious. The anxiety rep in this book was really well done. I really saw myself in this character, and I really liked the way that Tashie wrote anxiety, because it was very present throughout the book, and it wasn't just in situations related to Ace. It was in many different situations, which I felt was very realistic, because I feel like sometimes when I see anxiety rep in romance books, it kind of only stems from the relationship, if that makes sense. But this was realistic. It was very present in Karina's life, so I enjoyed that. Not the fact that she had anxiety, but just the fact that it was something that was written in a way that I could relate to. If you are a book lover like me, which I'm assuming you are if you stumbled upon my channel, I mean, if not, hi, maybe it's time to read a book, and it could be this book. But I really loved the atmosphere of this book, because the main character, Karina, really loves to read, and the whole time I was like, hello, so do I. And she makes Ace buy books for her, and they go to cafes and whatnot, and bookstores maybe, I don't remember. I read this a couple weeks ago, remember? But yeah, the whole atmosphere was just so cute, even though it took place in high school. I love high school books that are more than just high school, and that was something that was well done in this book. It has so many cute scenes, cute dialogue, bickering dialogue that's actually really cute, even though the two characters are clearly annoyed at each other. And there's cute little scenery, not just like scenes, like the actual atmosphere is just adorable. And for a book that has some heavier themes like parental manipulation and control and anxiety and feelings of self-doubt, this book is so cute, even though it has so many heavy themes, and those heavy themes are still explored, but it's just a really good balance. And I love books that are balanced, because I tend to like heavier books, but also you sometimes need a bit of lightness, lightheartedness, happiness, joy to balance that out. So yeah, I really loved all of the themes and elements to this story, because it's so much more than just a young adult romance. I really loved Karina's group of friends. It's probably my favorite girl group of friends that I've read about in a long time. It really made me wish that was something I had, because yeah, they just are really supportive, and they're funny, and they get along, and they're also, you know, the kind of play fighty type of friendship that made no sense. Well, maybe if you read it, it'll make more sense. But yeah, I just really loved their personalities and the way they got along. I loved the discussions with Karina's feelings towards her family, and that kind of love-hate thing where you love your family, but also sometimes they can be a lot. So I loved that. And of course, I'm sure you're here for the central romance, which was beautiful. I really, really loved Ace. I mean, I read a lot of romance, and it's not like I read romance expecting to hate the love interest, but this one in particular, I just loved so much. There were so many instances of Ace being shockingly supportive. I know he should be supportive no matter what, but there were just little scenes I wasn't expecting Tashie to incorporate that just were so wonderful to read. And I really liked the way that, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name, and I just said it a million times. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Oh, Ace. I really love the way that Ace handled the fact that, oh my gosh, now I can't remember the other character's name, Karina. I really love the way that Ace handled Karina's anxiety, because sometimes that can be difficult if it's not something you're experiencing. So overall, there's just goodness all around, even with all of the hardships in Karina's life. And that was the end of this review. Let's hope it made sense, because I always feel like I'm just rambling, whatever comes out of my mind when I do book reviews. See, when I write them down, I can copy and paste and move things around. Not on booktube, but that's okay. So yeah, if you're interested in this book, again, it's called Counting Down With You by Tashie Bhuiyan. It is already released, so I will hopefully remember to drop some links below to purchase the book. But yeah, super cute vibes, super fluffy with a lot of heavier themes woven in, and overall just a good time. It will make you wish you were in a relationship, and if you are in a relationship, it'll make you, well, I don't know, I'm not in a relationship. But yeah, read the book. It is very sweet. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Yeah, there's a lot of really great, oops, there's a train. We'll wait for that. Come on.